Summer is here and it's time for a garden tour. Hello everyone and welcome to Garden Obsessions. Today we're going to go ahead and do a little garden tour showing you the front part of the house. Summer is really officially here now, and the reason I say that is because you can hear the cicadas. I think that's how you say it. Is that how you say it? I call them chicharras in Spanish. I grew up calling them that. And you can hear them all over the place. They just started here in Virginia. First of all, we are in Virginia Zone 7B for anyone that is new on watching our channel. Okay, so there has been so much going on and getting to know our new place. It's a new home for us, so it's kind of more of an experiment on what kind of plants we are using and how they're gonna do in this new climate. So there's gonna be good and there's gonna be bad. There's more of a good, but there is a situation right now that it just happened, and that's why I told Ambrose we needed to go ahead and do a tour before if there's anything else that goes on or we lose something. So let's go ahead and start with the bad news and then we'll get going with everything else. Okay, so down here below me are the 2 containers that we made with the 3 plants in spring. So as you can see, here is the Triphylla pink. I'll move to this side. Here is a Triphylla pink, doing amazing, guys. Out of control. I'm probably gonna have to cut it back. This is the Holy Cow Super Bells Whirlwind, which I just love this. Probably gonna have to tame it a little bit too. Whirlwind Pink Scaviola, and they're often proven winners. It's been doing amazing, and that's how it all started. And then literally a couple of days ago, this happened. So we went ahead, turned the pot over. I started noticing the Super Bells started to do this, which I call it wrinkling. I don't know what you guys call it. I call it wrinkling, and started doing a little bit of that, and I knew it was getting too much water. We do have all this in the front, the bed, and on the 2 pots right here on drip. So we knew they were getting the right amount of water, but I started noticing, like I said, the Super Bells, the Holy Cow, started looking a little bit on the wrinkly side. So we turned it over, and what we found was that the water was just not draining enough, and the pot wasn't drying out right. Now, if you can tell, we're on a weird kind of slope thing. It goes like this. So we did put rocks underneath, and it had been lifted when we first potted, but we don't know. It drains. We see water come out. We did have hose in there. We actually made extra hose in the pot. So we don't know. So right now what we're thinking is they actually look better. If anything, today it actually looks better. It has been raining a lot. We get those showers where all of a sudden at night you get a shower, in the daytime. I don't know though, because this one's doing perfect. So I don't know what's going on with here. So this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna look for some plants, see if we can find something to order the same plants, and if we can't, because it's really hard to find any of these plants at the moment because of the time of season, we will just go ahead and move on to something else. Fall is, I see it as quickly approaching. So if anything, we'll just have fun and put something else together. So we'll keep you updated with these. So we're gonna head up there. I haven't really done much up there, but I'll still go ahead and show you. We've really had a very busy time getting things together. So first of all, let me go ahead and explain to you what we're going to be doing. We're going to be popping up some photos of things that, because it's really hard to do videos on every single thing blooming. They all bloom at certain different times. So there's a flag. Sorry guys, it's kind of hard to do the videos all when everything's blooming at the same time. So here's the also easy double rose from Proven Winners. We will be putting on a picture of it. It's been literally blooming for 2 weeks, guys, and it is just gorgeous. I'm leaving everything because this rose, it'll deadhead on its own. It'll clean itself. All this will come off by itself. So I just leave it. I don't do anything to it. It just gets water, and that's it. Really, like I said, don't have much going on up here. Just a couple of pots that if I'm correct, my Roseanne geraniums that I have up here looking a little bad because what was it? One of these pots up here are not in drip. Only the evergreens are in drip. And kiddos were helping me one day and they forgot to water those, and just with one day guys, my poor little geraniums were looking fried really bad, but they'll come right back. So that's really what's going on. We're thinking up here, we're also thinking up here on changing these. I know some of you had asked me last time what these were. Japanese hollies. I love them. We've brought them with us, but I don't know. I think it's time for them to get changed from their urns. They've been in the urns, I'm gonna say maybe 2 years now, and I think it's time. I don't think their root. I think the root system is already too big for the urns. So we're gonna go ahead and refresh up here, which I think that's why I really haven't done anything crazy yet up here, because I just want to do a whole refresh up here. Pretty soon in fall, we'll go ahead and do that. So to this side over here, guys, we have and I'm gonna make sure that I remember this because I always forget the names of them. This is called a Rainbow Rhythm Daylily in Tiger Swirl. It's not in bloom right now, and I'm not sure if I have photos to share. I'll go ahead and see if I do. It's a yellow, very bright yellow daylily with the center has like a maroon reddish color. Very pretty. And then right here we have our climbing rose, one of the new roses this year for us here. We got it bare root this spring. Many of you got to see that video where we planted the new David Austins that we added this year to our garden, and this one is called Strawberry Hill. So that's something else that we decided to do too, was call this area up here Strawberry Hill because of this guy right here, this beautiful rose. It has one and tons of more that is going to put on, and it's been one of the best roses, I think, for being such a young rose. It's been really doing well, and no black spot. I really haven't had any insects attack it, so it's a really good one. And pretty soon we'll go ahead and just talk all about roses. Let's go ahead and head to what I call the fun part, because last time you just got to see us plant that area with the family. So let's get going to the front of the bed. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure I don't fall here because it is a hill, and that's why I told Ambrose, let's just go ahead and call it Strawberry Hill, because we have so much of that red and pink going on up here, and I think it's just so much fun to call it that. So here are the limelights, guys. How gorgeous is that? We planted these last fall, and I just can't believe how much that have taken off. They were planted from 3-gallon containers. When we arrived here, we found them at a local nursery, Meadows Farm local nursery from here, and we had to bring them because they were just looking gorgeous at that time. I thought they already looked big in the containers, and here they are this year. I think it was perfect to put these in here. And one thing that we were very excited about moving to this zone 7B is that we knew we were going to be able to enjoy more of the hydrangeas, not have that scorch on them, and we haven't had any of that happening. Now they are well watered, everything's running on drip. Let's get going with what else we have in here. Before we do all this, I wanted to talk, we did do something back here. This is Brother Gadfell, another DA rose, another David Austin rose. He was what happened. Ambrose pulled him out of one of the containers recently. He had a piece of that rose. I have the big one. I have another rose, Brother Gatfell, and he broke off on a big storm we had back in North Carolina, and he ended up propagating itself in that container, in the other rose container. So we have a new rose. He's doing good. The only reason he looks like that is because it's summer, it's hot, and his roots are setting in. But there's still green going there, and pretty soon as we see the other leaves, the new leaves coming out, we will go ahead and remove all that. So we'll see what happens with that. It's going to be a really fun thing to watch happen. So as we continue here, Ambrose will be putting up some photos on some of the other flowers that are blooming. As you can see, we have the lemon coral sedum took really well. It's loving it here, and that was one of our concerns because being a slope, I thought for some reason the water was going to stay towards the bottom and it was probably going to rot these plants. Portulaga, guys. That's why I was making sure that we filmed everything around this time early morning. To my surprise, something that I did not know is that the Portulaga, which this one is called Mojave Red Portulaga, also from Proven Winners. I did not know that Portulaga only blooms early in the morning, like maybe till 10 we get a good bloom like this, and then it rests and we see it again the next day. I don't mind it. I'm happy with it because there's always something else going on. Like we have the, I'm gonna say, look at all the bees come in so they can see. It's just been crazy like that. We just, everybody has, all the pollinators have been coming over here. You just see a bunch of pollinators. These are the Paradise, is it Paradise? Paradise Supertunia Vista Paradise, and they're doing amazing. There's one over here, it's not getting a lot of sun, but it's still doing its thing and spreading. And then this is a bee balm. Pardon my pink bee balm. This one, when we first planted, it was cut. When it got here, it was cut back a lot. So it's grown quite a bit. It's going to start blooming, as you can see. All the other two are blooming. And if you want a plant that is going to attract bees, you need to get that one because it's just, pardon my pink. Monarda is just such a great plant to have to attract bees. So that's one huge plus I love about it. First time having it in our garden, and we're truly enjoying it. The Coleus, guys, just has gone crazy. This is strawberry. Ambrose has to help me with that one. Strawberry drop Coleus. Beautiful. I love how it just drapes down. It trails down. Up there we did add Golden Dreams Coleus. And then we have the Meteor Shower Verbena, which is starting to also put some growth. And same thing, we repeat it on the other side. We have the two Coleus in the same areas, and towards the back, the Verbena. And as you can see, we have little dots of the Supertunia Paradise. Something new that we added is and I'm not sure if we're gonna do this before or after we show that video, but we went ahead and added more of the daylilies. Growing up, I remember seeing so many of the daylilies in my family's gardens, but we never tried them, and it was something that Ambrose had been wanting for so long to have here. And as you can see, they have been flowering non-stop. So we'll pop up some pictures of when they were actually blooming. I have one on, it's 3 of them, one over there, one in the center, and one at the end of this bed. Now that is also Rainbow Rhythm from Proven Winners, and that one's called Sound of My Heart, and it is just the most beautiful bloom I think I've ever seen. I really love the beautiful pink that it has inside. I'll make sure to put some pictures of that because I think it just makes it better when they're in bloom. And something that has just taken us back, and that I'm so glad that I we went ahead and put in the bed is the potato vine. This one is called tricolor potato vine. And a lot of times, you know, one doesn't want to have these type of certain vines because they just seem to take over. But that's kind of what I wanted to do, because being such a large bed, I want for some of the gaps to be covered by it so it can give that extra color of green and another type of texture. And this one has a hint of pink. And for some reason, I just love it the way it's growing. It has a very nice, neat look. And I'm just shaping it through, making sure it goes around over there. As I'm noticing right now, that pipe that I've always not liked since we got here, it's getting covered and that's making its way over. And I'll just, you know, keep it trimmed as it's growing. Make sure that it just goes to where I want it. And we do have another potato vine over there that I always forget, but I'm so glad I added those little things. Pardon the plane. There, like I was saying, we did add another potato vine. It's called Sweet Caroline Kiwi. Sweet Caroline Kiwi potato vine, which is on that side over there. And it was getting chewed on by something, but I think it's looking a lot better. I can't see it from here. I'll let Ambrose zoom in so y'all can see if that situation has been done with. I know there was Japanese beetles, so we have sprayed so many things, so much, no, it's not so many things, guys. We've sprayed IV Organics on all our roses because they were getting, you know, Japanese beetle season. But since that got sprayed, the rest of the garden wasn't protected, and the Japanese beetles actually started chewing on the hydrangea leaves and on potato vine. I did not know they could do that. So we've been ahead and using the IV Organics spray all over the garden. That's something that everybody's always asking me, how do we keep the garden going and not getting eaten by all the insects around this time of year. That's how we do it. We use the IV Organics spray. Okay, guys, so that is it. I think right now the only thing that I wish that we had done, really paid attention to, was the grass. We did not do the grass because last year when we got here, they did take care of the grass. It had came back. They had actually maintenance here because we live on an on-base housing, military on-base. They had actually seeded the grass. And that didn't happen this spring. We had so much, we still have so much that we're doing and having such a blast getting our garden, creating our garden, or little gardens. I think we've been so blessed that even though it's such a small place, I still feel so blessed that we still can be able to call it gardens, because there is gardens. There's so many different things I've been working on. And pretty soon we will go ahead and do tours of everything else. One huge thing right now that we're doing is working on the side of the house, and I hope that very soon we can start showing you that part. Okay, so I'll go ahead and end it here, and I just want to say thank you very much for everybody that has been following us over at Instagram and in our Facebook group. We're always showing everything that's going on here and sharing all the new things that are blooming and, you know, different things that are happening with the kids and ourselves daily, you know, our daily lives. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this video very much, and we will see you later. Goodbye.